Our 40th episode is a dragon-themed one, and we are pleased to invite Lucas White on the show to share his thoughts on, you guessed it, Dragon Quest III HD-2D. Lucas also has a bunch to say about Tetris Forever and the latest Death Note adaptation. Our game today is entitled Dragon Draft. Let's see if the crew can draft the highest-rated dragon-titled games. There's more than you think. Over to Storytime, we've got quite a few. I already mentioned Dragon Quest III, Tetris Forever, but we've also got Rise of the Golden Idol, the follow-up to the delicious point-and-click detective game. This one looks awesome. We also have a review for Luma Island. And then on to Newsa. GOG launches GOG Preservation. Thank goodness, someone's got to do it. Stellar Blade comes to PC. Super Nintendo World Donkey Kong Country, opening very soon. We say goodbye to a beloved actor in Tony Todd. We've also got news on the Department of Government Efficiency. Christ. Bethesda Union goes on strike, good for them. And some new limitations on NVIDIA's flagship streaming software. All right, that'll do it. We're going to hop into the episode right now. Thanks for being here. Here we go.
So we have a mystery fan.
Yeah, I screen capped that lower on the document.
I figure we could start the cold open with it, though, because, like, how weird is that? Like,
yeah, I didn't know if you were being cheeky and, like, you actually, I don't know, it's like your mom or something.
Is my mom capable of creating a YouTube account? I don't know. I really don't. All right,
well, tell Lucas. Tell Lucas what it is.
So yeah, we post this to YouTube every week alongside all the other podcast platforms. Mm-hmm. So I go in there and I tend to look at the comments, which is not the best idea, right? Just in general, but like our Shack Together comments tend to be pretty good. It's like people who listen to the podcast or whatever. So I see someone named Shack Together reply to us saying that they love the podcast, and I'm like, that's weird because we don't have that account. So someone else created it. But also the idea that we would get so big that we would need our own YouTube channel is just funny to us because, like, we're not the biggest podcast in the world yet.
Yeah, right. Do you think it's a blackmail attempt, like a delayed one? Like
they're parking the username in the attempt to, like, score a huge payout down the road?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It feels like there's an element of mystery to this right now, which is why I think it's kind of interesting. It's like, who could it be? Is it a fan? Is it a troll? Right? We don't know.
We don't know.
We're going to have to I think this is going to be something we're, like, going to have to keep our eye on over the next however long until we get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, developing story.
But just based on their first comment, which I think it just is love the podcast, I don't think that they're a malicious actor. That, like, my gut tells me they're not.
No, I agree. But here's the thing.
Maybe they're just holding it for you.
Yeah.
Courtesy Park. Here's the thing. They're probably listening to this. Hey, at Shack Together, what's up? What are you doing?
Yeah. I guess you could just directly ask them. They're probably, this is early on in the podcast. They probably are going to hear this. Huh. Yeah. What is going on, Shack Together?
Can you imagine YouTube? If they didn't make it this far? What kind of fan would that be?
Yeah, that's a good point. Huh. It's almost like I should have saved this for the end. Damn it. It's Shack Together in America on the internet. If this is your first time joining us, Shack Together is a Shack News video game podcast featuring myself, Asif Khan, your host, EIC, CEO, EIEIO over there at Shack News. I hear the co-ghost John Benyamine may join us at some point.
That's right.
And our producer, Joe Stasio, is here.
Hello.
As well as contributing editor and just kind of reviewer of a lot of things at Shack News, Lucas White is here.
Hey,
welcome back.
So tired, but I'm also excited to be here.
Why are you tired? Is it just life?
Yeah, the hustle, both on and offline, is real.
I feel that. It's also that this time of year, there's a ton of video game releases, but then there's just a lot of stuff happening in life. A lot of events, a lot of family get-togethers, the collapse of a nation. There's just a lot going on.
Oh, yeah.
Annual collapse.
But more importantly than the fall of democracy, we ask a question here of all of our guests. What have you been playing lately? So we'll start with you, Lucas. What have you been playing lately? Seems like you've been reviewing some awesome games.
Yeah, it's been really good for like the whole like, man, am I like giving 9s out too easily? Or are these games just really good? And at least in a couple cases, I think the answer is really good.
Yeah.
I guess we could start with Tetris, because I think that's the most interesting one. Tetris Forever came out, and it's the latest in Digital Eclipse's, they call it the Gold Master series.
Yep.
Which is basically like a interactive documentary. And I missed the first couple. I haven't checked them out yet, so this is my first time kind of seeing the format, and it's really cool. It's like interactive documentary, I think, is the best way to describe it, just because it feels like an actual like filmic documentary, instead of like something that's more video gamey or like kind of cheesy, which I feel like it could have gone in that direction. But it's just very like sincere and kind of self-serious and formatted in a way that just it shows that like it's a serious project. And it's it's full of, it's the Tetris story, and I think like a lot of people have heard the Tetris story in a lot of different ways. Like there's comics about it, YouTube videos,
there's even an
documentaries.
Apple TV Plus motion picture about it.
Yeah. So like, isn't there like a car chase in that movie?
Yeah, there was no car chase in this interactive documentary from what I read.
Not at all.
So maybe that never happened and was just Apple bullshit. But yeah, I think you mentioned it's like a story of a friendship, and that's the one line that I think did hold from the Apple film too, is that like it is a story of Hank and Alexei figuring out how to make things work, at least at first. But also like what I think Digital Eclipse is doing with a lot of these is like it's a service to game preservation. Like they may not be the perfect versions of these games, and they're not on their native operating systems or anything, but like this collection is crazy, dude. Like you look at the games that are on it, I was like, I'm a huge Tetris fan, but like I played the DOS version for sure, but how many people had a Electronica 60?
Yeah. Just being able to say like I played the original Tetris, or at least something like the closest possible, version of that is wild.
And not having a sound play when you get a Tetris in it is even weirder.
Yeah, and you have to like mash the directions to go left and right, and it's like you see footage of it all the time, but like just actually getting your hands on it feels different. It's really cool.
Yeah, so I think like that like the beginning. I watched your chapter 1 gameplay, and I'm gonna buy this. I haven't yet. But yeah, it's cool to see the evolution of Tetris over time, and just like how when you have a smash hit, how quick it is to just almost ruin it with other stuff like Hatris and I don't know if they're calling it Blastris or whatever, Bombtris. Like there's
Bomb Bliss.
Yeah, Bomb Bliss.
Bomb Bliss. Yeah.
Yeah, like just you see how many variants happened in a short time period. I think that's cool. But yeah, like someone asked, I think even in reply to your review, it might have been a different thread in the chatty, but they're just like, is this better than Tetris Effect? And I'm like, no.
Of course not.
But that's not the point.
Yeah,
they're very...
and Tetris Effect is part of the story.
Yes.
Yeah, it's I've seen some stuff where it's like people are kind of down on it. I think like maybe the most understandable reason is it doesn't have the 2 Nintendo Tetris.
Yeah.
But I don't think it really suffers from not having that. Like on one hand, like those are the 2 easiest versions of Tetris to like, you can trip over those.
Yeah, and you can play Game Boy Tetris on Switch online in the Game Boy app. So it's not that's not the end of the world. I guess the NES Tetris is something that is notably missing from Switch Online, is what I'll say.
Okay.
That's the thing. Like there's a whole esport built around classic Tetris. Like that is a beloved version of it. So I understand why people are like, that's missing, but like, and a large part of the Apple movie did revolve around getting it on the Game Boy, right? So
yeah,
I could see if you're an Apple TV Plus enthusiast being even more disappointed that there was no car chase or no Game Boy scene, because man, they really hammed up the whole how Nintendo behaves thing in that movie.
That's so funny.
But yeah,
is there an example of like one of these docu games of the past 3-4 years where that release is not the latest and greatest in the franchise? Because I think my 2 cents would be maybe that's where some of the complaints come from, where it's like, if you love Tetris, this isn't the thing to buy to play like the best current version of Tetris.
It's like, it's not a definitive collection, I guess.
Yeah.
And maybe there's an implication on that title.
I can see
that's
like
what it would be.
Being the expectation. Yeah.
Right.
For me, like it really focuses on Hank Rogers' involvement, and specifically like the studio he ran in Japan. So you get a lot of like the background of what was going on with Tetris, like before and after Nintendo.
Yep.
Which is, I think, like the most I got out of that was like, oh man, like there was so much effort put into like getting Tetris, off of computers and into like stores and on like the Famicom and stuff. And that was really interesting. And then afterwards, it's like it's like this sort of I don't know, almost like gauntlet of like trying to keep Tetris relevant and interesting long enough to like get control of the rights back again and have that be like worth doing, and then kind of like it exploding from there in a different way.
You also see it kind of in the documentary doesn't really do it, but just historically you see Tetris like rise as the video game industry is really going through some crap, like the console industry had collapsed.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see the rise of the Game Boy and the NES. But you also see these like different eras of Windows and DOS, right? Like you go from, so it's like Tetris evolved with technology kind of, and I think this shows that in an interesting way historically, but also to your point, they were the license and getting the license and maintaining the license, which was a large part of the movie on Apple too. It is a large part of the story. And that it was a Russian-owned IP and stuff. It's an interesting story because, I don't know if this happens today, like how this would have played out in modern day international relationships.
Oh yeah,
but it's fascinating. I don't know, but like I understand it's not. I never looked at it like this was going to be some sort of anthology, but it's because I know what Digital Eclipse does. Yeah, but I guess you're right, Joe. Like to someone who doesn't know, they're gonna be like, "Oh, this doesn't have every Tetris game." But like, if it had every Tetris game, it would cost like $180 or something.
Yeah,
it couldn't cost $60 or $50 or whatever they're charging for it. So
yeah.
I think that's the other side of it.
Sure,
makes sense.
But for me, it's like games I hadn't played. That's why I find it interesting.
Mm-hmm. There's definitely some really cool stuff on there that like just doesn't have the same kind of cachet. Like Tetris Battle Gaiden is one of my favorites, and I was really excited to see that on there. It's just like a silly competitive Tetris with like weird powers and weird characters, and just has a fun vibe to it. And just like that's never been localized or anything. Like
so, the one I'm waiting for to come to Switch Online, I guess plus expansion pack. It seems to be the forgotten part of this Tetris Fear.
Oh yeah,
it's the weirdest one. But like, I want to know more. That's all. I had it back in the day, and it was really fucking hard. And it's not like any other Tetris game, but I guess it wouldn't have fit in the timeline of this story. But
what is that?
It's a 3D sphere with Tetris pieces, Joe. I don't know how else to describe it. It's weird.
It was on the N64, wasn't it?
Yes.
Wait, did you say sphere or fear?
Yeah. Sphere. Tetris. Okay. Sphere. Sorry,
okay.
if you say it really quickly, it sounds like Tetris Fear, but it's Tetris Sphere. All one word.
Looking.
I remember there
It's
was
got a
one
GameCube
called
look,
Wetris as well, if I remember right.
Yeah, Wetris.
Around the
There's also
same time.
Weltris. Yeah, Video Game Donkey has a very good video on this where he breaks down some of the weirdest Tetrises.
Man.
That's cool. And yeah, you gave it a 9 out of 10. I read some of your like what you had to say about the negatives in it. And like I obviously was watching the gameplay or whatever, and I'm like, God, he's right. Like some of these games are just they're so old that you're like, my God, this is boring. There's no music playing. There's like one sound effect for some of these, and you're just like, God damn, this is basic.
Yeah,
because like you do come back in your head, and you're like the NES Tetris, and the Game Boy Tetris. It's like you can't think of those games without thinking of the music.
right, exactly.
So to see it, those early versions, the DOS version, which at least the DOS version had a sound effect for when you got a Tetris, but just seeing that evolution is interesting too.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool.
And then the like new version of Tetris on there just isn't very good either. That was kind of a downer.
Yeah, the time warp thing.
Yeah,
I don't get it. It's kind of like Tetris Effect, where there's the effect mode, but like the effect mode in this takes you back in time or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't seem like it landed very well.
no.
But yeah, that is a bummer. But it's like I get what they were trying to do. But yeah, I'd say that's probably the biggest negative in your review, was that like time warp doesn't really stick the landing. But like some of the modes are just weird too. Like I don't know. Yeah, here's my question. Like, does this have replay value? Or like once you're done kind of reading through it and playing through it, like, are you done?
Probably.
Yeah. I think it's cool though, because it's like one of those things where you can just show it to someone when they come over or whatever, or like kids could play it or something. But yeah, it's like a book in that sense.
Yeah, it's like picking up a book or a movie or something and checking it. Like maybe you go back to it sometime down the line. Because it is a well-told story, and like a lot of the interview footage is really cool.
Yeah. I agree with that. It's just, I think that's an inherent problem with like a documentary style thing is like, you don't want to like, I don't sit there and rewatch documentaries very often.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, unless they're really good, like The Last Dance or something. I don't know. Trying to think of other ones. Yeah. Cool. Well, we should move on to other games that you've been playing.
Sure.
This Dragon Quest remake, the Dragon Quest 3 HD-2D remake.
Oh boy.
It's great.
Yeah, it's really good. I kind of felt a little weird about like my level of enthusiasm going into it compared to like everyone else. Specifically because like I am really into Dragon Quest, and I have really been into this series almost since I was like a kid, and kind of watching it go through its periods of like I don't even know if irrelevance is generous enough, but so Dragon Quest 3 specifically, there's several different versions of that game. Like you think about remakes and talking about like how necessary they are or not. Dragon Quest 3 has just been re-released 5 or 6 times over the course of like 30 years. So when it was first announced, I was like, oh, this is awesome. The HD-2D thing is really cool. Like everything Square Enix has done with that has been just either really neat in terms of new games or fascinating in terms of like bringing something like Live Alive back. And I was like, oh, this is great. And then it's like, oh, it's Dragon Quest 3 again. That's cool. Like,
so your level of enthusiasm, the first thing you said, are you saying you went in a little muted?
Yeah, it was like kind of went back and forth between being like really excited and also being kind of like, not jumping, with joy to get my hands on it or feel like, oh, this is going to be like, re-experiencing this or there's a lot of like, especially these days, like people trying things for the first time because the way Square Enix is like putting out some of its more, obscure stuff. But then I play it and it's like, oh yeah, this is Dragon Quest 3. I'm having a great time. So it's one of those things where it's like the game is so good and so like timeless and really like it's like the quintessential like 1980s RPG that even though it's pretty much the same game, you can play it on the NES, the Game Boy, the Super Nintendo. It's on Switch in a different form. It's on mobile. Still just having it with like the HD visuals, having it in widescreen, having the like slight differences where they make to it, where it's like they put a lot into like helping you find your way around, which is like a big deal for games like that. Because like back in the day, it was like you need to talk to everyone, and they'll kind of give you hints on where to go, but that's kind of all you get. And that was kind of their way of making the games kind of last longer or feel more like going on an adventure at the time. It's like I'm a lot older now, and I've played this game the hard way a bunch, and it feels nice to kind of not have to worry that much about it. So I still come away with it being like, man, this is awesome. And then
can you tell me about maybe like a comparison point of like the pixel remasters and how they use the word remaster, but they're fundamentally scratch-made interpretations, right, of the old Final Fantasy games. And you see discourse on Reddit and wherever, it's just like, you haven't really played Final Fantasy 1 if you played only the pixel remaster, which is the only way I've played that first entry. Does this feel like, aside from the navigation system that's helping you skip hunting, like in a town, is this like the quintessential don't bother going to the other versions kind of way to play it?
Yeah, I think like they treat this game with a lot of like care and respect generally. Like as much as they've remade it, they've never like messed with it a ton.
Yeah.
So I think you could easily play any version of it and have a good time. And then this one just benefits from being the the modern one, the one that looks really nice, the one that has like the easiest sort of I hesitate to say accessibility, but it's just like it is as more approachable as you can probably make a game like this. That's already pretty like easy to wrap your head around.
Were you playing this on the Switch?
No, I was playing it on Steam Deck mostly.
Okay. How did it run?
It runs great. It only goes up to 60 frames per second.
Yeah, sure.
And I think on Switch it's locked to 30. But yeah, like it doesn't feel as heavy as like Octopath Traveler 2 does in that sense.
Like with the bokeh and all that.
Yeah. It's like the game itself, I think, is so simple that there's less fancy stuff happening on the screen, even though it looks nice.
Yeah.
Stuff happening on any given screen in this game than there is in like an Octopath 2.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes sense. That's cool.
Yeah. I think like a lot of people are probably trying this for the first time. And I think that's a perfect way to like jump into something like this. Because it's like you can tell it's an old game, and people kind of interact with old games differently. So there's this vibe I kind of get, especially like Romancing Saga 2 came out last month.
Yeah,
where like people really want to like try the interesting old game, but there's just those little barriers that kind of make it hard to approach or hard to like want to risk the time investment or whatever, despite the games being interesting. And I think this certainly does a good job as any to kind of alleviate those concerns.
Yeah, because back when we were kids playing this, the amount of times I'd have to backtrack or I would be walking in the wrong direction or something, like it just, I don't think kids today have the patience to sit through an RPG like that anymore. So some of the quality of life stuff they added to this game, I think, helped in a big way for that. But I can also understand how, if you've already beaten the game, it kind of seems excessive.
Yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to Dragon Quest II when that comes out next year in this style, because that game is nasty about like almost getting you lost on purpose.
Yeah.
The time.
I'm not saying they did it intentionally, but it did add to the amount of time you played the game, right? It was definitely a style of RPG development that was like in the 80s and early 90s or mid 90s even. Cool. I don't know when I'm gonna have time to try this out, but it looks really fucking cool. So RPG fans, man, they've been eating well this year, Lucas, would you say?
Oh yeah, and continuing to eat well into the end of the year, I think.
Yeah. We got this. We got Brothership. There's still Metaphor out there. Yeah, there's a lot of really good stuff out there.
Yeah, I think Fantasian next month is gonna hit harder than people are expecting it to. That game's really interesting.
That was the game that was on Apple Arcade first, right?
Yeah, that was like one of the launch games. That was like the reason a lot of people showed up for Apple Arcade.
Yeah.
And then immediately left after they were done with it.
How dare you? People stuck around for Choo Choo Rocket. Of course they did.
Of course.
Who doesn't love Choo Choo Rocket? On to the... we should keep going through your reviews here.
Okay.
Sorry We're Closed. This is a weird-ass looking game, too.
Oh, it's so weird. Oh, man. I played it at PAX, I guess, at the beginning of the year.
East?
Yeah, PAX East.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those things where you get an email and they're like, hey, you want to check out this game that you've never heard of? And then I look at the trailer and it's like, wow, it's so colorful and weird and crazy looking. Yes, please, I will play it. Sat down, it was really neat, and just kind of, they got around to putting it out. And I believe I said in the review, it makes good on most of its promises. It's a really interesting game. It's got a lot of style and weird characters, and it plays with like demons and angels intermingling in a way that's like very, very, very gritty, but in like a fun way. Very like sexually charged. Just it's got tons of style and weirdness to it that's really appealing. It has a really weird combat system that really, really tested like the boundaries of my patience. Which is kind of where I tripped up on it. It's hard to explain, but basically it has this Resident Evil type of vibe where you have to like pull your gun up and then you're stuck in place and you kind of have to aim. But it switches you to first person, and you can't really you don't really have a chance against the enemy unless you also do this thing where you open up this like pocket space where you kind of look between like the demon and human world, just kind of like in a little circle around your character. And if an enemy walks into that, it'll show their like weak point, and it's like a big, colorful kind of glassy looking heart.
Yeah.
And you like shoot it, and they'll like get stunned, and then the heart will jump to a different part of their body. And if you do that like 3 or 4 times, it'll just take them out. But like they can recover from that. So if you miss your shot, which is kind of easy to do, or if you just take too long, there's like if you hit it right in front of them when you like turn your powers on, they'll like be stunned for a second, so you can kind of get a head start. But it like takes a long time for you to like pull your gun up and switch to shooting mode.
Yeah,
and it's very arcadey. Almost reminds me of like something like a House of the Dead. Which had like that game was all about like finding weak points and stuff.
So this is like, is it kind of like bullet time when you pull it up? Like, how does that work? Like, are they still moving around in real time, or?
Yeah, so when you stun them, they'll stop for a second.
But like that, when you pull them up and there's like the outline with the heart, they're still moving around in full speed.
Yeah, like after the stun is very brief. It's almost like in Luigi's Mansion when you shine a light on the ghost. And just kind of goes like bleh for like
yeah. No, that makes sense. I can see how that could be disjointing in the gameplay, especially because it's a shift from third person to first person every time you have to do that too.
Yeah, and it's really fun and interesting for a while, but then like there's a couple sections where it's like, okay, now you have to like do crowd control. It's like in The Last of Us when it's like, the mechanics are kind of shaky and, not super smooth on purpose, but now, you have to fight a room full of guys because we said so. And they kind of do similar things in this game a few times. It's just it feels like the way they design combat and the way they want you to then face off against a room full of enemies coming at you all at the same time, that's just not compatible, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because, in RE, you have multiple enemies sometimes, but, the early RE games, it was like kind of 1 or 2 per room, and they could follow you through a door sometimes, but, Yeah, I think I could see if you have like 4 or 5 of these enemies all in a closed space, like that could be really annoying.
Yeah, it is. And, like there's some enemies that like they only go down temporarily, even if you like hit them perfectly. Some of them will like turn off your power. So, there's a part where you're like trying to charge up a generator, so you have to keep it within the range of your little magic circle, and then it starts sending a horde at you, and then one of those guys inevitably can turn your power off, so you have to focus on that one, but it regenerates, and then there's like 3 or 4 other little guys, and then there's like another big guy that can like grab you and hit you a bunch of times before it lets go, and it's just like, it's too much.
The old protect the power generator mission.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I could tell, like, from, you mentioned in Aruba, for the most part, it seems like the actual plot is kind of boring, but there's like a lot of style and stuff around it that makes it more entertaining than it probably would be otherwise. I think that's okay in like a spookier horror kind of game, but
yeah, it doesn't need to be super profound or anything.
But yeah,
I think like, when you run into stuff like that where it's like such a downer of a moment, like it makes any other problem stand out more. You know what I mean? I kind of anticipate that they'll update it. I think like in the Steam discussions, people were responding to the demo in similar ways. Like, this is just there. It's always like, this is neat, but it's just like too hard in certain moments in a way that just doesn't feel put together in a way that makes sense, I guess.
And that got a 7 out of 10 for you. Sorry, just because I don't think we said it before, but Dragon Quest 3D HD-2D Remake, you gave a 9, as well as Tetris Forever, you gave a 9.
Yeah, that's right.
But you reviewed one more game, Death Note Killer Within. This is probably your least favorite thing that you played in the last few weeks.
Yeah, not great. And I went to it again later to play with some colleagues for their coverage, and it was like I had an even worse time. So, it's neat because like Death Note is one of those like anime series from Shonen Jump that has kind of withstood the test of time, and it's not like the typical like battle series like Dragon Ball or One Piece or whatever. It's very like cerebral, and it's about like these two characters having like logical battles. Well, there's like supernatural stuff happening in the background, so it doesn't really lend itself well to like, usually a Shonen Jump game comes out and it's like a arena fighter or whatever.
Yeah, but it feels like Shonen Jump's like a pendulum, and it swings from we're not making games to we're making too many games, and we're on the we're making too many games side of things right now. Like, I don't know. Some of these games are, it feels like every other year we're getting some kind of One Piece adaptation, and some of them are very weird.
Yeah.
They're experimenting with their IP, I guess, is what I'm getting at. And this one, like, just looking at the gameplay and like that top-down kind of perspective, I'm like, I don't know if this is the right thing for this.
I think it like kind of fits the IP in a way, because it's basically Among Us. With Death Note. It's just way too complicated. There's like 4 different roles. You can't really have a full game unless there's 10 players. And
that's what I was getting at. It looks too busy.
Way too busy. There's like all kinds of different little mini objectives and stuff happening, and like the timer barely gives you enough time to process what's happening before you have to do your like first round of voting. And the player base is just awful. It's one of those things where you hop into a room and you're like, I would rather be doing anything else but listening to these people scream over each other.
What, you mean joining an online multiplayer game with an open voice chat with random people is not enjoyable in 2024? That seems crazy.
Completely unheard of.
You just described every COD experience I've ever had.
Yeah.
That is a dangerous thing.
Yeah, and like you don't have a choice in a game like this. Like,
no, you need to have voice chat. No, I get that, but that's messy for sure.
Yeah, it's a bummer. It's one of those things where it's like you tried something interesting, and I respect that, and I can zoom out and be like, oh, this is actually a really neat idea. It's like on paper.
Yeah, like I can understand the boardroom meeting where they approved this, but then once you see how it was implemented, you're like, I don't want to play this.
Yeah.
See, I got a 6 out of 10 from you, which is your lowest score of the week. So you don't just give out 9s.
I don't. I try not to.
If a game deserves a 9.
Yeah.
When I was reading your Tetris Forever review, I was like, oh man, he's going to give this like a low score. And then I saw you kind of warm up throughout the review, and I'm like, oh, okay, no, it was just that I think like there were enough negatives to ding it, down to a 9. Yeah. There's some Tetris games out there right now that like I would give a 10.
Tetris Effect for sure, right? Yeah.
Well, Tetris Effect Connected, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like if you go back and you read my review of Tetris Effect from whatever year it came out, like I stand by that it was a 9 then, but like Enhance literally went through my review line by line and addressed every negative. So I'm like, well, fuck, it's a 10 now. Like if I could review Connected, I'd definitely give it a 10. And I think Tetris 99 is close to a 10 as well. So it's like we have like some really good Tetris experiences out there right now. So it's an exciting time. But yeah, that was the gambit of what you've been. I imagine you don't have time to play anything else because you're always playing something for us for review.
Yeah, I haven't really had like a for fun game in a hot minute.
Damn, we're gonna have to find you one. While you were talking, our co-host joined. John, are you there?
Hello.
Hey. We're still talking about what we've been playing. So I don't know if you want to. Yeah, I don't know if you want. Lucas, he had 4 very large reviews that we wanted to talk about. Nice. And Death Note, I guess.
And Death Note.
Nice. That's
three large reviews of Death Note. 2 large, whatever. Anyway, are you driving around Fortnite in your drop top? Like, what are you doing?
I'm not.
You're not throwing out West Coast symbols and firing out the Rap God minigun? No,
not yet.
You're not doing the Snoop walk, not the Crip walk, the Snoop walk emote.
Yeah, mustn't say the Crip walk. Oh my gosh,
the Snoop walk.
It is the Snoop walk. Oh, phew. Oh, the kids are safe. Okay, so, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Damn.
I should.
You'd be all over that.
Me too. Me too. I had to delete Fortnite to make room for Call of Duty. Oh my gosh.
What the hell?
I don't know, man. I needed junk food. I needed just pure junk food. Really? Honestly, the last
you threw away
10
Skittles
days,
for Twix, basically. You already had junk food.
Like, for real, though, this is self-care of the highest order, doing this mindless, thing. I'm pretty good. Again, I go through this every year with the Call of Duty where I'm like, I might be fantastic. I might actually be a potential professional. And then I get into a match where I'm just like decimated, just smashed. But yeah, what am I playing? Yeah, Call of Duty so far. Apple crosswords, very good. Keeping it light, man. I can't. And I did get a PS4 or PS5. What are we up to? PS5 Pro. Yeah. So they yeah.
Got a PS5. Are you playing COD on it?
I am. So I was
That's
like,
hilarious.
Let's see how this goes. And it's very nice. I can't be too jaded. I shouldn't be jaded. I just got Mario and Luigi, so I want to tuck into that, but haven't done that yet.
Well, if you read IGN, there's no rush there.
I heard, but I'll tell you, I think IGN has gotten fed up with being made fun of, that the IGN 7 is the the norm or whatever, and 2 scores made me think that. Three actually. So one was the Penguin review, and the Penguin review came out as a 5, right? And then as the season goes on, I haven't watched this show, but
I have. It's a 5. Sorry.
Well, yeah, but you're very difficult to please. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, yes, but that's just because I'm smart.
I've heard the opposite from a lot of people on my staff that Penguin is great. So I'm gonna have to watch this now.
I didn't think. See, I especially nowadays, we need to. I don't know what the fuck do we need to do. Frankly, a little rose-colored glasses when it comes to a show called The Penguin, right? A little poetic license that The Penguin isn't, The Sopranos. But if it's Sopranos-ish, that's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, okay. I'll give it a go.
If you want Sopranos-ish, it's Tulsa King, baby.
Man.
I am pounding the table right now.
Really?
I'm not doing it because it'll make the microphone hard to... Yeah. Dude, Tulsa King.
This isn't like Yellowstone BS. Like,
this is Sylvester Stallone as a mobster, man. This is great. I can't...
Really? Okay. All right.
It's also the showrunner from The Sopranos. So it's like...
Oh, that makes it easy.
I'm just saying, like, you really want a Sopranos like right now?
Well, no, I mean, I just meant like the Penguin being a Sopranos type, and
also, like, let's just be honest. Anytime Warner Brothers Discovery ships anything right now, we should just watch it because we don't know how much longer that company's going to be around.
True.
Like, they suck so
that
much.
Is true.
They made so many terrible decisions that it's like, oh my God, you gave us something, Batman. Thank you. Thank you for not shoving this in a drawer somewhere like Wile E. Coyote versus Acme or Batgirl, right? Like, we should just be happy that anything shipped from them.
It's true. And I think that's where the Penguin, even being somewhat good. I was surprised that IGN gave it a 5. The point that I was making was like IGN gave that a 5. IGN gave Dune Prophecy, which I was looking forward to, and I still am. They gave that a 5, and then
they
Mario
gave this game with Luigi Logic. John, have you witnessed the power of Luigi Logic?
I try to avoid the trailers, but I did see a couple of little scenes when they first announced it.
A game that finally acknowledges that Luigi is some sort of savant is a 5. Come on.
It's weird. It is. It feels like an overcorrection for years of,
It's like the minute that Shack News gave a game a 10, IGN was like, everything is a 5 or a 9 now. And it's like, okay.
They're trying to be toughies now.
I feel like I could be misremembering, but I feel like critics have been pretty hard on Mario and Luigi, like in general.
I looked at, like, didn't Shaq give it... did it give it a 9 or an 8?
Yeah, Ozzy gave it a 9.
A 9, and I know like Eurogamer, which I like their reviews. They gave it I think they gave it an 8.
Yeah,
like, pretty good
4
scores.
out of 5. Yeah,
IGN like the DS and stuff. I feel like they kind of had a hard time when they came out.
Some of them didn't do that well, but like they were never like 10 out of 10 games, but they were never 5 out of 10s. They were like 7s, 6s. I mean, I think sometimes.
You have to be. But I have to play the game, so now I'm critiquing it. Critique, and that's nothing more annoying. So I think I'm looking forward to it just because I think IGN's been having a bad day. Okay, I don't know what that means, but like 5 out of 10s like coming out of the woodwork, and then being corrected by other people and other publications. I don't know. It just feels like it's worth a shot. So I think Call of Duty is going to subside. PS5 Pro, more of the same. I think that I'm probably jaded by like a little bit. I shouldn't be. It's nice. It's very nice. I don't know, man. So
it's too expensive for what it does, man. It's too expensive for what it does. I can't. Was it $700? I'm good.
Yeah,
I got a PS5. It works.
Yeah.
But if GTA 6 comes out and it's like the only way to play it at a certain frame rate or something, like maybe down the road there's a reason to have a PS5 Pro, but like right now I'm good.
So like Ragnarok and The Last of Us 2 and like a lot of big PlayStation games I haven't played. I actually haven't played. So, for me, I started getting into PlayStation a bit more since Xbox started not really caring about Xbox systems. And then I stopped. I started playing some of those games and just downloading them. And I'm like, you know what? If I just wait 2 more months, let me like buy the Pro. Let me like try to play these games in the best possible way. Make it count.
You're going to really enjoy Last of Us Part 2. Like, it's going to be the best way to play that for sure.
Yeah, and Ghost of Yotai is coming out, I think, early next year. That should be cool. But yeah, anyway, Call of Duty, the single player is pretty good. It's very, it's like a mid-level Hollywood movie, which for a video game from Activision is It's pretty good.
It's Treyarch, man. This is the good COD studio. Every 3 years, we get a good COD.
I'm digging it. Like, it's nothing super groundbreaking, but I'm like, no, this is pretty fun. And the multiplayer is just, I don't know, they tweak that thing to holy hell. And it's still fun to me. So,
Joe, you finally completed Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
In the bag.
100%. You 100%ed this game.
Oh, God.
Congrats.
Well,
why?
That number, that's the PlayStation completion number. That's like the, proprietary, did you finish the campaign number. I did not platinum it.
Well, you understand how I find that confusing, because it literally has a goal and like a flag, and it says 100% next to it.
Oh, totally. Yeah. That's not your fault.
Okay. So you did not 100%. Okay. So you are a sane human.
So wait, 100%. So you got 100%, but you didn't?
No. So 100% according to Sony just means he finished the game.
Oh.
Like that was like his progression.
Yeah, there's like a proprietary way to tell the console as a developer how far along you are in a campaign.
Oh, okay.
And so I finished the campaign. It took 115 hours to do that.
No.
Yeah. And,
was it fun?
10 months. John, no, this game sucks. I have said this too many times on the podcast. I will be so brief. The story doesn't make any sense, and I do not want any DMs explaining it to me. I already talked to friend of the show, Anthony Agnello. Good guy. Insane Final Fantasy fan. I hope he's listening. I don't know where you're coming from, bud, saying that this thing is coherent. It's not. I say that with affection. Insane decisions on the directorial side, which I am repeating myself on. Too much. I played it out of a sense of fandom, and because the soundtrack is on par with the greatest film soundtracks of all time, John Williams-esque, unbelievable. Uematsu's a genius. That's about it. Everything else, man, I hope they get back to, I don't know, systems-driven, turn-based stuff in the future. I hate that I'm saying that, because I know I sound old, but this flash in the pan, open world, I can't do any more of this. Too much. I don't like it. So I'm gonna leave it at that. If anyone wants to go offline with me, let's, you know where to find me. Yeah.
I'm just happy you're done. I'm just happy you're done, Joe.
Yeah, thanks. Me too.
Now we don't have to talk about it as much.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I thought like after some time, because it seemed like there was a bit of a waffle that you didn't like it, and then you started liking it, and then you started not liking it again.
I have to ask one question, Joe. Like the ending, did you like it?
No.
Okay.
Let's pivot over. Yeah, go ahead.
Ozzy, just take note, Ozzy. Whenever you come back on the show, you and Ozzy need to talk about the ending. Not spoilers, just Ozzy said the ending made the grind worth it to him. And it does not sound like that's the case for you.
I can't even fathom how that ending could satisfy 100 hours of meandering.
Yeah, that's fair.
Now, the Penguin finale, on the other hand, took what I thought was an extremely corny, unplausible plot to improved heights. I won't say great heights. That pulled it up. Good last episode there.
Nice.
Asif, what have you been playing?
Okay, so been playing quite a few games. Also, like, not at the same time, I'm like not. So I'm playing Balatro. It's my second screen game. Like, it's just, if I'm watching TV, I'm watching sports, whatever, I'm pulling it up on my phone, I'm playing it. I mentioned before we started recording, I'm still playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We are now at the top 12 tracks of the entire game. So we got one more stream, and we'll probably be done ranking all 96 tracks. So tune in next week. I believe we're streaming on Tuesday next week. Played a little, like, probably the least bit of F-Zero 99 I've played in a while. Just because I haven't had a whole lot of time. I've been editing a lot of videos and just doing stuff at night.
Does that warrant a shock and awe from the audience? We'll see.
Yeah, I would say so. Because I like haven't been playing it every day this week, which is kind of shocking.
Yeah.
But here's what I have been playing. And this is, you know how you're like, Joe, you're like, you can tell my mental state by what game I'm playing. I've gone back to my island in Animal Crossing New Horizons, guys.
Wow.
No, man.
Some of my villagers are like, we haven't seen you in 2 years and 2 months.
We were counting the days.
They're like, I can't believe you came back. I never gave up hope. And it's just like, I feel bad, right? Because it's like Walter White coming back to his house in season 6 of Breaking Bad. It's all tagged up and stuff.
Is it in any way related to your success with your Hail Mary?
I think that was part of it
from
the game last week, but also, Joe, it's Nintendo music. So, like, I've been listening to Animal Crossing New Horizons on Nintendo Music when I'm, like, doing chores around the house. And I'm like, God, this is just such nice music. It makes me feel good. And I'm like, you know what? That game makes me feel good. And, like, I was sitting there at the end of the night, and it's just a bunch of YouTube videos of people who I don't know. The events of the last few weeks have made me not want to watch a lot of people. So I was just like, let's go do something nice and chill. And I've decided I want to get my island up to 5 stars again. Isabel said I had too many trees, so I'm doing some landscaping on the island.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm back playing that. I haven't been playing it every day, but like over the weekend, it was a nice game to just kind of pull up and play. I did make a little bit of progress in Metaphor. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but like there's a necromancer. I'm going up against the necromancer right now. So yeah, I'm close to making it past like the first major dungeon in that. I do want to just shout out some Bubbletron solutions. You know, that's our game. I have been playing Bubbletron quite a bit. Yesterday night, the solution for the highest valuation of the day was a 5G infomercial app developer. Thought that was pretty solid. That was valued at almost 39 trillion. And then our low val for the day, the lowest valuation for yesterday was a war profiteering oil and gas driller games media network. So in case IGN needs a pivot, that was valued at $8. And then just 2 days ago, the top valuation was a gamified mRNA vaccine app developer, which was valued at 5 trillion. And the low valuation, I thought this was pretty solid, was a conservative media outlet esports organization for men, and it was valued at $2. So I have been playing I've been playing Bubbletron every day. I post the solutions to Cortex and Twitter every night, which leads me to the last thing I've been playing. I have been playing Shack News Cortex, which is our gamified user-generated content feed. I won a couple of times this last week. I kind of predicted it. I don't know if you remember, Joe. I was like, I've been more active on Cortex Shouts. And yeah, I won Shack News on the 12th of November and on the 10th of November. And it's just kind of neat that I won Cortex on the 10th of November because that was the 4th anniversary of us shipping Cortex.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thought I'd shout out our user-generated content platform. It is free to post there if you guys want to. And yeah, that's really all I've been playing lately, man. I said,
you forgot one thing.
Oh, this game that's coming up? That's right. Good segue. That's why they pay you the big bucks.
Folks, we have a great, highly competitive game coming up. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Gentlemen, welcome to Dragon Draft. Dragon Draft. I'm sure you're asking, what is a Dragon Draft? And you'd be right to ask that because, of course, there would be no way of you to know what a Dragon Draft is because I came up with it this morning. Dragon Draft is a draft-style game inspired by recent releases like Dragon Age the Veilguard and Dragon Quest III HD-2D that got me thinking. How many games have been released into the world that include the word dragon? Well, the answer is many, potentially thousands, but I've collected the top 150 of those. And what does top mean? Top means the best reviewed games, as confirmed by Metacritic. We can all roll our eyes, but I need some metric here. So as calculated by Metacritic, I have a list of the top 150 games that include the word dragon in the title, and your task is to draft, let's say 10 each. Draft 10 games, and you're going to hope for the highest average Metacritic score when the draft is over? Do you understand your task?
10 each. 10 seems like a lot.
Oof.
Let's see.
We'll see.
Oh, okay. Well,
So
That is a long draft, but I guess there's only 3 of us drafting, so that shouldn't be too bad. I don't know. We'll see.
There's a list of 150 games here. And like I said, there are thousands that exist. So let's see what your memories are made of, I suppose. You are allowed to draft any game property that was reviewed. So what does that mean? Well, there might be a DLC. Okay, so it doesn't have to just be the game. There might be a DLC, and the name Dragon might not be in the DLC title, but the proper game. So let that be a little hint to you.
So it has to the game has to have the word dragon in it.
That's right.
Okay. I just want to make that okay.
So if we were playing, here's the best example. If we were playing Wild Draft, you would want to draft Breath of the Wild, which has an extremely high Metacritic score.
Okay, yeah.
Is everyone ready?
We can't have like our own draft board up though, right? Like normally when I'm fantasy drafting, I have like 5 windows up with like Roto World, all these rankings.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
I don't want you knowing how good a game is. This is testing your mettle, test your memory.
I'm just saying like it's different than my usual draft room. I have a board usually,
Yeah,
so
sure.
I'm not going to be able to talk about the board here. That's fine.
No, there's no board here. I have a board, but you can't.
You
see
should have
it
called
until-
this Dragon Draft Day for added alliteration. Just by the
Dang
way,
it!
sorry, just came to me.
Next time, shoot. Triple D,
I have-
diners, drive-ins, and dives. Yes, go ahead.
I just have one question. Does Dragoon count?
No,
Nope, it does not
no
count.
Panzer Dragoon for you.
All right, just checking.
Feel that, man.
Thank you. I missed that.
Okay.
series.
Let's do it
For
snake
real.
style. Asif goes first. Lucas is second. John is third, which means he is also fourth.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Ready.
Oh yeah, I have one last rule. If it's not in the top 150, if you tell me a game that's not in the top 150, it means 2 things. You don't want it because the score ain't high enough, and also I'm not allowing it.
But
Okay.
do you get scored a 0 for picking a crap game? Or do you have to repick?
I will allow repicks.
Wow.
I will allow
Uh,
repicks.
Wow.
Okay.
This is
So I have
And
the
for reference, if you're outside of this 150, then your Metacritic is like in the 40s. So let's just hope you're not even thinking about those games.
okay.
wow. Okay.
So this is the first pick. This is the
Go ahead,
LeBron
Asif. Yep.
James of Dragon games.
This is very, by the way, very advantageous to Asif right now. He,
Not
well,
really,
like
because
you
it's a
said,
you
snake
get three
draft.
of
the
That's-
LeBron James, and then who was the number 2 pick that year? Nobody knows.
Is it Darko?
Yes, I think it is Darko.
Darko
Lord.
Milicic?
Yeah, tell me more about how this is. Okay, go ahead.
Wasn't Melo in that draft? D Wade? Like, it was a good draft. Bosch?
It was.
It was a good draft. Yeah,
It
just
wasn't
a
just
Darko
saying.
number 2. You know,
Darko. That was the beginning of 20 years of bad Detroit Pistons basketball. But anyway,
that is true, man. Like it's still.
still
Okay,
to
go
this
ahead.
day,
Sorry.
they suck. They have Bickerstaff as their coach. Anyway, I don't even like this game. Dragon Age Inquisition is my first pick.
Great pick. 85 points to Asif. Well done.
Yeah.
Lucas.
I'll go ahead and grab Dragon Quest 3 HD.
Okay, let's see. Where does that fall?
Just got reviewed this week, right?
That gives you, wow, shockingly close, 85 points. No, exactly the same. Wow.
Wow.
Nicely done. Go ahead, John.
All right.
You have 2 picks back to back here too.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Oh yeah, that's cool.
That's what I was saying. Like the snake draft, yeah, it hurts me in that I have to wait like 5 picks between my first.
All right. I am gonna go with. Oh, gosh, let's go with. I mean, Joe already knows where I'm going with. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. I want to
Let's
say
see.
that's a very good one.
Yeah, that's
That's a very good one. Yeah, that gives you 89 points. So the lead, Mr.
Wow.
Michael Jordan, third pick with the best choice so far.
All right, cool. And then I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm gonna just take Like a Dragon off the board, right? And just say Like a Dragon. Yeah. Period.
just the first Like a Dragon.
84 points to John.
Oh, I thought there was a chance that was like in the 90s.
I mean, that's an extremely strong pick. I wouldn't.
90s is hard, man.
That is hard. Okay, all right. I'll
It's
take
hard.
it.
There are
when IGN's out there giving fives, man, it's hard to get a 90 these days.
There are 3 games in the 90s.
Wow. Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah, it's tough, man.
Lucas, to you.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Ooh.
Is that with a Z?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? Command F is failing me. The suspense. Okay, so the lowest Metacritic score I have on the top 150 is 60. So I was wrong about the 40s. Is there a chance that's out of bounds? No, there isn't a chance. Command F did not fail me. A whopping 87 points. Sorry for the wait.
Woo.
Wow. I missed it. Get us if you get 2 in a row.
Okay. I don't like this game, but I think it reviewed well. To the Veil Guard?
Let's see. It's definitely here. 82 points. Nicely done.
Not bad.
Not bad.
And then, because I know John's going to take it if I don't, Like a Dragon, the man who erased his name?
Yep. That's here. 78.
Oh.
Nicely done.
Wow. That's surprisingly low. Yeah.
Yeah, that's low. Okay.
Is Metacritic just like generally like, I guess so, if only 3 are in the 90s?
It's an aggregator, man. So,
No, I know. I never thought it would be like that low.
I think that series has kind of gained popularity since that one, though.
Yeah, well, there's only been the one, I guess, right?
Yeah, that was 2
after
ago.
that.
No, there was Ishin too.
Yeah, Ishin.
Oops. Sorry.
That's Lucas's pick now. Oh, wait, do I have another one?
Oh, wait, was Ishin? Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Do I have 2 picks? I did 2 picks. I did Veil Guard and... yeah, okay. Got it. Yep. Sorry.
On to Lucas.
Let's go with Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a great one.
That reviewed well.
That gives you a cozy 86. Nicely done.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
I'll take it.
All right.
On to John for 2 picks.
That's right.
All right. This is tough. Let's go Dragon Age Origins.
A favorite.
It was like all Waldwick office would talk about for a year.
I mean,
just
one of the best. One of the best of all time. 86.
Okay.
I was to you.
Okay. I'll go Like a Dragon Ishin. Although I don't think that's going to be like very high, but let's go.
It'll still be close to 80. Maybe,
it should be. I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
81.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you will.
Acceptable.
Go ahead, Lucas.
Okay. Let's do Dragon Quest 11S.
Echoes of a something.
Yeah.
Okay.
The re-release, like the...
Yes, that is in fact a separate reviewable entity, and our first 90 plus score, 91 to Lucas.
Yes.
God damn.
Great pick.
That was a very good pick.
Thank you.
Now off my board. I'm going to open the can by saying this franchise's name, but I figure I should do it before someone else does. It's on me, right?
Yeah, 2 to you.
Double Dragon Neon.
Oh, I was going to do it.
Wow. I knew it was coming, right? That was coming.
Yeah. That game's so good.
It's really good. I don't know how the Metacritic is on it. I think Joe's trying to figure that out right now.
I am. I don't see it.
What?
Indeed.
Wait, Double Dragon Neon. You don't see that?
You don't,
I don't
see it?
No. I'm back to Metacritic.com. Bear with me.
It's there. It's a 360 era game, I guess, but it's there. Oh, wow. That was a terrible pick by me, I guess. God damn. That sucks.
Well, you get to pick again, though. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I know.
It is not. I don't know how, because it's higher than the lowest score, but
Yes.
I don't have. It's not on here. So I think you just got by in a technicality. I don't have it on my list somehow.
So
What the heck?
So what do we give it?
Why didn't it show up?
I think we should just give it an 80 and move on.
I'm confused. I'm confused. The word
I
neon.
am too, because
Command
that
F,
game does
nothing.
not deserve to be ranked this low. That's crazy. Just give me the points.
Fine, I have to make a new freaking entry in my Excel sheet here.
I deserve the points, damn it.
Yeah, I'm giving
Even
them to
though
you.
they're
I mean,
not
I don't know
ready.
why you want them.
Because it's better than 0.
I wasn't going to give you 0. I was going to let you pick again.
You're going to let me pick again, but like, I don't know. Okay.
All right, I gave you 66 points.
Thank
Double
you.
Dragon Neon.
It's a value pick. Anyway, my second pick would be Spyro the Dragon.
Oh, extremely good.
I'm like, if
Extremely
this
good.
doesn't do well for me, that's my deepest cut that I have. I'm still shocked that Double Dragon Neon got a 66, guys. What the fuck?
That's messed up.
Now-
Institutional failure.
Now the game Spyro the Dragon.
Yes.
Give me a little more, because that's not technically a name.
What the fuck?
Like you need a subtitle or something?
I want to make sure I'm
The
I'm
first
getting the-
one.
okay. Spyro Year of the Dragon is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on.
There's quite a few Spyros.
I thought the first one was just called Spyro the Dragon, but I guess I'm wrong.
Spyro Year of the Dragon for PlayStation 1. 91.
There it is.
Wow.
Bang.
Thank you. Headshot.
Sniped.
All right.
Flawless victory.
All right, Lucas.
Not really after picking Double Dragon Neon. It's back to Lucas, though. Pick a
Back to
different
me.
Double Dragon that's slightly better, I guess.
Give me Dragon's Crown.
Good pick.
Thank you.
82 for Dragon's Crown.
You give me Dragon's Crown Pro if that's higher.
Not here. Not here.
Oh, man.
Makes sense.
John, 2 to you.
Okay. Oh my gosh, 2 to me. This is tough. Is it tough
I think
for you
so.
guys? Like, I mean, because now I could get to like Dragon Quest, but like, aren't there like 20 of these things?
12. I
there's
think
so
at least
many.
12? Or no, 12
least
isn't out
12.
yet. 12 isn't out yet, right?
Yeah, there's 11 numbered ones and then a million spin-offs.
Yeah. And then there's the predecessor to the name. Remember? They changed the name.
Yeah. Dragon Warrior, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it, but yeah.
Well, I'm not picking it, but
Okay. Well, it's a game with dragon in it.
I mean, we might get there. We might get there soon. Let's go Dragon Quest 9.
That one's my favorite.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, really? Oh, good. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
picked
I don't want to pick the latest one, but I want to pick one that.
No, nine's good.
Okay, good.
9 was the multiplayer one for DS, yeah?
Oh, crap.
87 points. No, that's a good
No,
pick.
that's
That was
good.
popular.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, dude, that was a good pick. Shooting from the hip, you got a good pick there.
And now Dragon Quest 10.
Oh,
Dragon Quest 10, he says.
Is there a 10?
Let's see.
that's
Yeah.
the MMO.
That's not good.
Oh, no. Oh, crap.
You got the Darko
Am
Milicic of the
I
draft.
locked in? Yeah, is this locked in?
Yeah.
It is locked in, but not on the board. Not
Commissioner
on the board.
Silver says it's not on the board even.
Oh,
Man,
not
it's
on
so
the
bad.
board.
It didn't even...
Never localized. You got lucky.
Oh, that is lucky. I'll go Dragon Quest 11, baby.
You already picked
The
it.
price is right.
I thought
No,
Lucas
no.
picked
The
it.
I went
11
9.
is available. The
I went 9.
non-S version is available.
Oh my god. Okay. My bad.
I'm sorry.
So John gets the original release of Dragon Quest 11 for a whopping 86 points.
That's solid.
That's good. What do you mean
Wow.
the S is not available? Oh, that's like
Lucas drafted the S version.
Lucas got the re-release, which
Oh, I'm
was
sorry.
a much better version with like orchestrated music.
Yeah.
Oh, that was one of the
It's
9.
fancy. It's fancy.
Yeah, nice. Good job. Okay.
Thank you.
Back to you, Lucas.
Okay. Can you tell me how many I've done so far?
Yes. So far, we are at Asif has picked 5, Lucas has picked 5, John has picked 6.
Okay, we got a while to go.
Damn. Yeah, I'm running out of ideas.
I'm doing a pragmatic pick here because my heart is
That's the game.
hurts
that's
a
the
little
game.
bit. But I'm gonna say Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon.
Okay.
That was a good one.
That will give you 80 points.
Sick.
Pretty
Nice.
good. Solid.
It's back to me.
2 to Asif.
I'm running out of that I know that have the word dragon in it. Dragon Warrior, the original. It predates Metacritic, so I doubt I can pick it.
That is not on the board. Likely for that reason.
That's just stupid.
Dragon.
That is a lot.
Let's see.
A lot of dragons.
It's going to be one of those that many games I forgot about.
Dragon Quest.
Probably.
Dragon Quest 2? Did Lucas take that or no?
Nope.
No one took that.
Dragon Quest 2.
Let's see. Dragon Quest 2 is here. 60 points.
God damn. I'm picking garbage. I am not.
Oh.
I have one more pick I have to make here.
It's possible like a bad iOS port would have brought that down, something like that.
Well, I hate this game now because iOS shouldn't be factoring into any of this.
I'm speculating. I don't know why it's 60.
Trying to think of I don't know, Double Dragon 2? Was that predate?
Pick, man. That's a good game.
It was a good game, but it predates Metacritic.
Yeah.
I don't have a Double Dragon 2 unless it has a subtitle you're not saying.
No.
This was before the age of subtitles.
It was just 2. Fuck me. Spyro the Dragon 2. The second one.
I don't have such a game.
Whoa. Wait.
Unless it has a different name.
There was no...
I'm trading the pick to Cleveland. I don't know what I'm doing, man. I'm running out of ideas here.
Spyro 2 is...
Oh, what? Is
a Game Boy Advance? It is a Game Boy Advance game. I don't know why I don't have it. I'm going to give it to you.
Thank God, because I have no fucking idea what to pick otherwise.
Wait, is it because there's no dragon in it?
Yeah, I don't think dragon.
Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is.
It was just Spyro 2. My bad.
So I cannot get... That means you get to pick again. Not on the board.
Great. I love picking again.
There are so many. There's so many games that we've all heard of on here.
I'm sure. I'm failing at picking them right now because I'm still thinking about how Double Dragon Neon got whatever less than 70. Fuck it, Dragon Quest 1.
Okay.
If it's another 60, I don't know. I'm gonna write a stern letter to the commissioner.
It's a 63.
Jesus Christ!
Oh, dang it! What?
Just two of the most beloved games ever. 60s.
Lucas.
Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Damn it.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
Jeez.
Yeah,
that's like 85.
Deep cut.
That's solid.
Yeah, that's
extremely good pick at 86.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was smart.
Okay. We've done some Dragon Age games, but we haven't done all of them, right?
My lips are sealed.
Yeah, are you able to tell me which ones we've done?
We did Veilguard, Inquisition, and Origins.
That's right. You'll recall a certain hint I gave up front.
What was the hint? Wait, what?
Anything reviewable is on the board.
Anything reviewable?
So, expansion packs, etc.
Is there
Dragon
an expansion
Age
pack?
Heroes for iOS and Android.
Oh, man. I have another idea. I'm sure it's not even on Metacritic. This sucks. My Dragon knowledge dates back to the 80s.
I'm just going... I mean, now the hint got me cooking here. I don't know what you're saying. Like, you had a hint. So we said... What did you say? You said Origins.
Yep, Origins is off the board. Yep.
The Origins, Veilguard, and Inquisition are all off the board.
Veilguard was the one that just came out, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's the one that TJ fell asleep during a boss battle while playing it for review.
That's funny.
I will never forget that story.
That's very
good.
Oh.
I'm like, that's a box quote if I've ever heard one, TJ.
It's pretty good. All right, I'll just go Dragon Age 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dragon Age 2 is here. 79.
Not bad.
Stronger than I thought.
Not terrible.
Better than trying to pick Spyro.
And just given things are a little crunchy at this stage, can I lob for a Dragoon inclusion?
Of course not.
Like that's a pronunciation thing, isn't it?
No, it's
like it is a dragon.
That's an occupation.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a Final Fantasy class.
Yeah.
Okay, so no, the dragoon is not. We're
Not
saying
a dragon, different word.
not even close. Wow, I
Nope.
thought I'd get even some
Whole
consideration.
other letter O away from it.
Holy crap! What if I say like Panzer Dragoon? Like, what would happen? What would the commissioner do?
Oh,
They'd reject it.
handcuffs. Yeah, no, I'd make you pick again.
They
It's not on the
throw
board.
you in jail.
Damn
Yeah.
it!
Not on the
Got it.
board.
All right. Am I going back to friggin' Dragon Quest? Yeah. Okay. Let's do Dragons. Well, Dragon's Dogma 2 was mentioned, right?
Yep.
I'll do Dragon's Dogma 1.
Okay. Dogma will give you 75. Pretty good.
Ugh.
It's better than the turds I've been pulling lately. 2 in the 60s.
Man, it's tough at this point. Although there are 2 more 90s.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm missing.
One more 90. We've gotten 2 of them.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
Is it John again?
No, Lucas.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a couple of fun, risky ones. I hope this was on Metacritic. I had to pull it off my shelf to get it. Double Dragon and Kunio-kun Retro Brawler Bundle.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's here. 78.
What?
Very,
Hell yeah.
very highly regarded.
What the fuck?
Yep.
It's literally pulling shit off the shelf for 78 points. Okay, my old ass remembers this from the arcade, but I think there's got to be a port. Dragon's Lair.
Yeah, right? Oh, man, that was good. I mean, that's a good...
It was cool.
It was
Is it
cool. I don't know if it was like... Did you like it? It was cool.
It was a
but-
money sink. It was just designed to eat quarters, right?
Yeah, it was so shitty. I mean, so
So-
mean.
That original release is not here. If you can be more specific
Oh my god.
about the title.
Like Dragon's Lair, like there's a
PS2.
subtitle.
Dragon's Lair for PS2 is not here.
How about for PS1?
No. As in, like, that title is not here.
Okay, fine. I don't fucking know. You're lucky I can remember Dragon's Lair, dude.
Wait, what is there like a subtitle?
Yeah, apparently. For the
Is it like
version that's on Metacritic.
it's like Don Bluth's Dragon's
This is
Lair or
what
something?
drafting without a board is hard, man.
It is hard, yeah.
Yeah, this is not how Sonny Weaver Jr. would do it in the hit and film Draft Day, is all I'm saying.
Oh.
No one watched Draft Day. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know the subtitle for Dragon's Lair, so I'm gonna have to pass on that.
Okay.
But you're saying that there's something there.
There's apparently, but
or
I don't
you
know
like
this.
give some poetic license. This commissioner is very hard.
It's
don't
not
know.
even me being no, because if I'm over,
Very,
If I'm-
very tough.
if I'm overly soft on it, maybe it
Maybe
triggers Asif
Dragoon
to remember
sticks in
a
there.
game that he doesn't want to include on his draft. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm just trying to fill my roster here, man.
We're in the dregs, man.
Yeah, my
That's where you got to let the dragoons go.
Vontae Mac. Sorry, I'm gonna just keep making Draft Day references that no one in this chat gets because no
It's
one watched
okay.
that movie. It had Kevin Costner in it, Jennifer Garner,
I do. I kind of remember them.
Dennis Leary
Okay.
as the coach.
Oh, brother.
It's really something. Okay, so absent that, Dragon Age 1, the first Dragon Age.
Oh,
That is already taken. It's called Origins.
Origins
Wait.
wasn't like a remake. I mean,
Nope.
Okay.
Oh,
Funny.
this sucks. So they went Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, Dragon Age Inquisition. Okay. Well, we're out of Dragon Age.
Really couldn't.
There is more Dragon Age on the board.
Not for me.
Like you're thinking like DLC stuff.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Dragon's Dogma. Sadly, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii's not out yet.
Oh man.
I'm like, where can I go from here?
I will begin the hint process once you give me one more, because then we're all at even 8s, meaning there will be 2 left.
Mhm.
Well, I got a couple locked and loaded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ready to go.
I feel like Asif is ignoring copious context clues from this segment.
What?
Back to Dragoon. Is that what you're referencing?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Dragoon, yes.
This is great podcast.
Let's call
just
it
me sitting
Panzer
here.
Dragon.
Uh,
Damn it.
I'm
Then
like
we'd have to play
I'm
them.
like going through different platforms in my head now, just trying to figure out like screw it. Dragon Warrior 2. Was that a thing?
That was a thing.
Like it's probably not on Metacritic
No,
because it's ancient.
Ancient, yes. Not here.
God. I don't.
Want to phone a friend?
Who?
Phone a mamu?
He wouldn't know. He's gonna be sitting here listening to this laughing at me.
All right, I'll give each player a hint for the highest open slot. How's that?
Nice. Wow.
All right, but it's at your discretion. You tell me when you want it. Okay. So Asif,
And what
would
do you
like
what
it?
do you give up though?
Nothing.
Nothing.
you
You get,
like-
it's a coin that you can cash in.
I cash in said coin.
Okay. This delightfully animated adventure came out on the PlayStation 2 to wide acclaim despite a
Oh,
tepid American response prior.
okay. Dragon Tales. Tales.
I would not have gotten that.
No such
That
game.
is very
That was a
tough.
cartoon. Okay, I'm so fucked.
Wait, Dragon Tales?
I swear that was like a cartoon.
Oh. Okay, wait. So the hint was this animated.
Yep. Here we go. I'm gonna just. This is not me cheating. I'm just showing you that I'm not insane. That this is a real thing that existed.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, that PBS Kids.
I just
Or
assumed
something.
that TV show had some sort of tie-in video game. Was all I was saying.
Dragon Tales.
Thank you.
Yeah. I love that.
I keep guessing games that like don't exist or too old. Like I don't fucking know, man.
I'll adjust my hint. This famous illustrator is responsible for this game that came out on the PlayStation 2 to wide acclaim despite this franchise's previously tepid American response.
Oh, I know what that is.
Animator. Wait, did it say
Okay, so
animator?
I just remembered something. Okay. This is probably not the game you're talking about, but I'm just going to guess it because it's a game that I know has the fucking word dragon in it. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
That is on the board
Thank
and
God.
well reviewed at 81.
Thank God. I got one, guys.
Very good. Wait,
And now I am thinking that this might also be a Dragon Ball game that you're talking about. I'm going to go with a different Dragon Ball game. Dragon Ball Kakarot.
That is here.
It didn't do
73.
that well. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least I progressed the game, you guys.
Fair.
Jesus.
Give him 2
Nicely
points.
done. Lucas, you have 2 left. So this one and you're next.
Okay.
And you can use your coin if you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I think I'm good.
Whoa.
I didn't want to lean on Dragon Quest the whole time, but Dragon Quest 8.
Damn it.
89 points.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
So
killing
Lucas.
us.
What?
Lucas is wiping the floor with us.
he beat the hell out of us. All right.
John, these are your last 2 picks.
My last
You get
2. Okay,
Your last 2 picks. And let me say this.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
It is tight.
If
We
you're
are-
an owner in the National Dragon Association, Lucas is a free agent for GM roles. Just saying, like this guy, he's pretty talented. Put
John,
together a
these picks
squad for you.
These picks are critical. We are decimal places of difference.
Okay. I guess I'll cash in the coin.
Just don't take RJ Barrett.
Okay.
Cashing in the coin. Okay, here we go. This isometric tactical RPG is based on a tabletop game and made a splash on Steam and Xbox Arcade, I believe.
Oh, okay.
About 10 to 12 to 15 years ago.
Oh, God. Do I have to have the whole friggin' subtitle and everything? I'm guessing.
I've been lenient so far. I will continue to be lenient.
Okay, is it Dungeons and Dragons? Wait. Are you gonna tell me if I got the hint right or something?
No,
Or no?
That's
I'm
just
just
that's
gonna
the hint
guess.
you get. Now guess whatever you want.
Ah, crap. Okay, so because my hunch is like I don't know board games. Wait, you said it's a tabletop?
It was based on a
It's
tabletop
based
game.
on a tabletop, and it's an isometric game.
Mhm.
All right.
I'm just gonna start throwing words in front of the word dragon. Seems like the way to go.
Let me go with Dragon Quest. I guess let's keep going. Wait, there's no 12 yet.
Correct.
That's
Not
not
yet.
out yet.
The grim dark one hasn't arrived yet.
That one has been announced, but not. Yeah.
And then Lucas just picked 8.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I guess Dragon Quest VII.
Wow, controversial.
Why?
Wait, Dragon
just
Quest 7 or Dragon Warrior 7? That's an important distinction.
He said Quest 7,
Oh, crap.
which is an 81, which is higher than I would think because that game is rough.
Oh, my God.
That was the right choice.
Dodge a bullet?
That's a pretty good score, I think, for that game.
Yeah, people like the 3DS one more, so yeah.
And meanwhile, Double Dragon Neon's sitting in the 60s for some reason.
That's criminal.
I don't get
All right.
that.
John, I'm looking at your score, and you could buzzer beater this. You need a good pick as your final pick.
So the hint that you gave me, that's the highest pick on the board right now, is what you're telling me. The isometric, whatever the heck.
It is tied with another one that I don't know as well. So I'm looking it up.
Is this like an all-in situation where? Wait, I'm sorry. Is this the last pick for the game?
This is your last pick.
Oh yeah, but then Lucas goes and then Asif goes.
I have one last
Yeah,
pick.
Yeah. John, this is your last pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you like? The one that I know less? No, that's not fair. I already gave you yours.
Yeah, but I could only use one pick anyway. I could only use one hint anyway. As in, like, the other hint is out there in the wild.
No, that we're bending the rules. What I will do, I will give you a more formal summary of the other one, not one off the top of my head.
Okay. I'll take whatever you could give me.
Okay, here it is.
Yeah.
Redacted is a tactical role-playing game developed by Harebrained Schemes, set in the Redacted universe. It was originally released as downloadable content for Redacted in 2014. An expanded version was later released as a standalone game in 2014 under the title Redacted Director's Cut. A remastered compilation titled Blank Trilogy, which includes blank, 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 launched on Switch, Windows, PlayStation 4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and S in 2022.
I know what this is, so if you don't take it.
Well,
Lucas is about to win. This is what's happening.
All right. Well,
he is about to win. I'm in dead last. I can tell you that much. I know that much.
I guess I'll go. What is it? Dungeons and Dragons. I'm just going to keep it general.
I don't
know.
That was
the first hint.
It was not.
Wait, what?
Hey, Dungeons and Dragons is a tabletop role-playing experience. There are Dungeons and Dragons video games, but that's like
not the first. So I blew it. Okay, there you go. Well,
you took Darko.
Yeah, I Darkoed it up.
I Darkoed it up multiple times.
Well, you Bambooied it up.
I did.
So not on the board is my official reply. Not on the board.
Oh, that means John gets to pick again.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that sucks. And wait, so there was a trilogy on the Switch?
Yeah, of the Blank series.
Of the Blank series. Oh, God.
Now, Lucas could keep things interesting and cash his coin now for your sake on the next hint. I'm not going to make him do it.
He's not going to do that. He's about to win.
Why would he? Yeah, why? But also, that doesn't help me because I still have to go first, right?
Well, yeah.
No, it helps you that he can cash his coin. I have one last pick, but I'm drafting terribly. There's no way I'm winning this, so you don't have to worry about me. Because Lucas is about to pick whatever the hint Joe gave us was. Just like, I don't know. Pick something.
Okay, all right. All right, relax. Oh, darn it.
I'm in a rebuilding year for my team.
Fine. Well, you said Dragon Warrior. So what about Dragon Warrior 7?
That's a game?
I mean,
I don't think we have that. I don't think that's not an American release, is it?
About?
Or a North American release. I don't have Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, that was on the PS1.
Yeah.
Dragon Warrior 7 is not on the list.
Oh, fudge. All right. Dragon. No, tell me. I got to go back to Quest. I can't wait to hear like the different theories that are
You guys have done pretty well in like the top 20. You got most of them, but yeah, there's still a few.
Dragon Quest. I'm sorry. We've done a lot of the Dragon Quests, right?
I've taken the bad ones.
We've done half of them.
You did 1, 2. What did you do? 1, 2, and 3?
I did 1 and 2. Lucas got 3, 11, S, and like 8.
And then I got
right?
I
think you got 8, right?
well.
Or 2.
Dragon Quest 4.
Dragon Quest 4 is a good pick at 86.
There you go.
That's the next
good
pick.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
a great pick.
But not the now Lucas coming in with the Tyson-like uppercut.
Yeah.
John, you're finishing with an average score of 83.4. Let's see what happens now.
Okay.
Lucas, your final pick.
Yeah, you were talking about the Shadowrun DLC. Dragon Fall?
Ooh, perfect. Yes, that is indeed what I was referring to. 87 points.
Just perfect.
Jesus.
87 points, giving Lucas a score of 85.1.
Oof. That's a big...
Nice. Nice. Asif, your final pick.
If I pick 100, do I still lose?
Let's see.
You have to get a score of 130.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
If you pick 100, you still lose, yeah.
sweet.
And if you don't have one in mind, I guess I will accept a forfeit.
Dang. Commissioner.
Damn.
Jeez.
Well, it's an offer. It's an offer. I
It's
don't want
rough.
to wait. It's an
An
offer.
offer to
He's
just
willing-
let my team have one less roster spot than everyone else in the league. What
Yeah.
kind of league are you running?
Kill you. Yeah.
Seriously.
Pretty rough. This is truly a new age. Also, why Dragon?
Yeah, why did you pick Dragon?
Like, can you pick Super?
Super.
It would be done 20 minutes ago. See, this is the part where we just criticize John for
Yep.
putting together a very thoughtful game. It's
Okay.
Putting on a
actually-
callus.
I may have done some research for this. I didn't look at the score, but I just wanted to confirm it existed.
Okay.
Dragon the game.
Dragon the game.
Dragon. How funny.
It's just called Dragon the game.
It's called The Game.
Dragon the game. Dragon : the game.
not on the board.
Oh, God.
Come on.
Wait.
It's not on
Try
the board.
Dragons. If you're doing research Dragon's Lair.
That's a good point.
Like, what the hell happened? Because that's
Sure.
come out since. Like, isn't that out?
Mhm. It has
Was
come
it
out
just
since.
in arcades. Yeah.
It's literally called Dragon's Lair on Steam, dude. I don't know what he wants from me.
Let's see what
It's literally
happened.
called Dragon's
Metacritic.
Lair on Steam. It was released in 1983. Published by Digital Leisure.
The aggregate metascore of Dragon's Lair with that title, 41.
I'll take
Not on
it.
the board.
Yikes. Okay.
I'm taking
All right,
it. It's a
fine.
value pick, man. You've just never seen Moneyball. You don't get it.
There's no
I
salaries.
built an island of misfit toys, damn it.
All right, Dragon's Lair,
It's a
41
rebuilding
points to Asif, giving Asif
My cumulative.
a cumulative score of 72
I am so fired.
Oh no.
to John's 83.4. Lucas, the crowned victor, 85.1.
Very good.
Wow.
Well done.
Well
You
done.
know your
That was-
dragon games.
Thank you.
I clearly don't.
Nicely
Now-
done.
If first of all, Lucas, GG's, great game.
Thank you.
Well deserved. I will say, if Metacritic existed 10 years prior to its actual existence, Asif, I think we have a chance. I think
I
Double
would've-
Dragon 2 was a very good pick.
Right?
And Double Dragon 3 was pretty good.
There were some really good Double Dragon games. There was like, this is just so. I don't know.
And I
Kids.
do think if Dragoon,
Oh, yeah.
All right.
I mean,
All right. You
Dragoon.
lose me at the Dragoon.
I don't
Here's what you missed.
understand why.
Here's what you missed.
Friggin' Dragon. Yeah.
Here are the games that you missed.
Oh, yeah.
This one
is
I have never heard of. King of Dragon Pass is at 90.
Never heard of it.
Dragon.
That is not a game.
King
You're
of
looking
Dragon
at
Pass.
you're looking up books and TV
Books,
shows.
right. Sure.
Yeah.
We also missed Borderlands 2, Tiny Tina's Assault on Dragon Keep, 86 for that one.
Yeah.
That's impossible.
Which is not surprising. Dragon Quest V, well liked, 84.
I should have gone 4 and 5, and I should have just done the whole damn series.
How about Dragon Veil? I don't know this one. 84.
That sounds familiar.
Ninja Gaiden Dragon Sword, 83.
Oh, wow.
Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime, 83.
Classic.
Bruce Lee Dragon Warrior, 83.
What?
I don't remember
The
that.
original Dragon Quest Builders at 83. Dragon Quest Wars at 83. The beloved expansion pack for Dragon Age Origins Awakening at 82. Broken Sword The Sleeping Dragon at 82. Skyrim Dragonborn at 82.
I was gonna say Skyrim, but I couldn't remember the DLC title. But yeah,
How about World of Warcraft
good.
Dragonflight?
yeah.
Or Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, the re-release. We could have had a Dragon Quest 11 type of double dip there if you had thought of it, folks.
I don't know.
Or-
You're just making me look like a worse GM by the second here.
The Elder Scrolls Online Dragonhold. I mean, of course, we all remember that one.
Sure.
Then there's, of course, Guild Wars End of Dragons. I wouldn't dare to imagine such a future. Let's see. Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard, which is some sort of adaptation, which I'm not
there you
familiar
go.
with. EverQuest Dragons of Norath, Blue Dragon. We all remember that Xbox 360 gem.
I actually do remember that.
Yep. Wonder Boy the Dragon's Trap. Remember that one?
Ooh.
No, that one I don't.
That Dragon Cancer, which I think is a walking simulator from a few years ago.
That won a bunch of awards.
Yes. And then things got a little more rocky after that, but quite a few.
Okay, well,
I think your game was ageist.
Certainly not intentionally.
I think Metacritic might be ageist. Because
Well,
just because
I'm sorry.
Double Dragon 2 doesn't show up there, doesn't, I don't know.
I mean,
what we should do, yeah.
my thing is I need some sort of quantifiable, and Metacritic gives me that. I don't know what the alternative is.
I think this was very good. Another good game. By
Not
Joe.
great, but good.
No, it's
thanks for-
solid.
It's got like an 80 or 79 on Metacritic.
That's why I went for the
Thanks for
Double
playing.
Dragon Collection. That was a strategic choice.
Yeah,
Yes.
the collection.
Well, thank you. Congrats to Lucas. Well done. And we have a lot of stories to talk about.
And my team, my roster's in shambles. It's going to be a rebuilding year. Yeah, good game, Joe. We'll be back. We'll be right back with story time, so stay tuned. Welcome to Storytime. Let's dive into the latest stories from the past week. We did a little bit of reviews earlier in the podcast when we were talking about games that Lucas has been playing, but we have some other reviews that hit the site as well. Our Cozy Games correspondent, Lauren Chandler, reviewed Petite Island, which kind of looks like it's got like Pokemon Snap elements to it, but you're like this little cat and it's like an open world that you can fish and adventure through. It seems fun.
Yep.
Got an 8 out of 10. Cute story and characters, plenty of collectibles. Map isn't too overwhelming. Like, it's not too big, not too small. Cons where there's no fast travel. The UI and tools can be cumbersome, and some elements feel underdeveloped. But overall, pretty cool game if you're into those cozy games. And another cozy game I believe she reviewed. Yeah, we got 2 reviews from Lauren this week. Luma Island, which is like definitely a more involved game. Got a 9 out of 10. It's like it's like isometric style. It's pretty involved. Like you're building stuff. It's an RPG. I don't know. Seems interesting enough.
Mm-hmm.
Infinite inventory. More RPGs need that. Just gonna throw that out there. Not becoming encumbered with crap is just something that I prefer. Lauren mentions that, there's no tips. Living area interiors lack customization, which is like, I've been playing Animal Crossing. It's like 90% of what you do is mess around with your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And other games like Minecraft too. So yeah, she liked it quite a bit, despite some of those negatives. And it got a 9 out of 10 here in Shack News. So those are two of the cozier games. And then I believe this is a sequel. The Rise of the Golden Idol. Josh Broadwell reviewed this for us. It also got a 9 out of 10. Sorry, I'm going kind of fast because this has been a long podcast already.
Because of the dragons.
Yeah, fucking dragons. Rise of the Golden Dragon. Why wasn't that an option? Anyway.
Wait, what?
I was gonna literally just start throwing words in front of dragon. I was like Iron Dragon, Metal Dragon, Golden Dragon, or just Dragon of Blank or something. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. That was last segment. He said this is an exceptional collection of mysteries, really cool puzzles. The environment and the setting was thoughtfully used, creative methods of finding information. All in all, it just seems like an evolution of that first game, which was a cool detective style game. I like the art style in this. It just looks kind of cool. Even like the UI elements seem kind of neat. Yeah, I don't know. This is did you play the first one, any of you guys?
I did, yeah.
Are you gonna pick it up? What are you thinking?
I might, yeah. I probably will. I'm gonna wait though. Too much to play.
Yeah. That's Reviewsa. Reviews Palooza powered by Shacknooza. On to Nooza, which is also trademarked. It's just a news palooza coined by Shacknooza. I think by the time I think the article is probably live by now on our site. No?
Oh yeah.
It's not.
I'll check. Go ahead.
It's not.
Oh, okay.
They're slacking. But yeah, I'd say the biggest news of the day, it broke right before we started recording, is that Steven Spahn is leaving Able Gamers after 20 years working for the accessibility company, a nonprofit organization. Started as a website and a blog with just him talking about accessibility in gaming. He became, I would say, the most public-facing advocate for the space. In his time at Able Gamers, he's raised millions of dollars to help disabled gamers be able to play. He's introduced people to a world that they didn't think they could have. So yeah, we just salute Steven and look forward to his next thing. It sounds like he's making a new website where people are going to be writing about accessibility and stuff.
It's awesome.
So yeah, just thank you, Steven, for your service to the broader games community and just for being like, he's always a pretty positive light, whatever timeline you see him on. But he's still over there on Twitter and definitely one of my favorite people over there. So yeah, shout out to Steven Spahn and everyone at Able Gamers. They're going to continue the good work that they do. But he's really left it in a great place. Another good story, I don't know, Steve's story is like kind of melancholy, but good. A good story here. GOG is launching a preservation program to keep classic games running. That's pretty dope.
Yeah. What does that
they're
look
also
like? Sorry if you don't know.
They're trying to like work on with different publishers to bring games over to their store without DRM. I don't know. I don't think they've detailed enough yet.
Okay.
So they said there's currently like approaching 100 games already in the program. So it sounds like something that they wanted to announce, and they're going to keep talking to publishers and IP owners to get more on the platform. But launching with 100 games is pretty good.
I mean, if they can manage to get like a Square Enix to, let's say, include like a Dragon Warrior or Dragon Warrior 2 onto this platform, you could see some outlets potentially reviewing it and getting it onto Metacritic.
Yeah. I'd say the biggest, the game that people are like, oh wow, that's actually on here. Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year edition is included in this list of 100 games. So
is that like a copyright issue kind of game? Like why that game?
Who owns that? It's a
WB?
Yeah. They patented the what the fuck is it called? Not rival
Nemesis.
mechanic. The Nemesis mechanic is a patented thing that they did. So I don't know if that's why this is going on, because like it's such a good mechanic, but like no other games can use it because there'd be lawsuits and stuff. So I don't know why companies are choosing to do this and why others aren't. But I'm here for more games preservation, so I'll take whatever little W we get from it. Oh yeah, Pokemon trading card game. I didn't mention. I am still playing it, but I play it as a casual. I just open up some packs and be out on with my day. They're expecting to have a pretty big January 2025 update where they add trading between players and stuff. And they're working on new booster packs and stuff. This is a game that they're going to keep adding stuff to for years. I think it's over 30 million people have downloaded it at the time of this episode.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, Stellar Blade is coming to PC in 2025. So that's something.
Yep. No surprise.
Did you see the Nintendo Direct this week?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
we got honestly.
Neither. What?
When it wasn't game stuff, I tuned out.
Yeah, because Donkey Kong's not a game.
You know what I mean by that.
No, I don't. There's literally an interactive Donkey Konga game at Super Nintendo World.
Donkey Konga?
Yes. Giant Donkey Kongas. Miyamoto playing drums during the Nintendo Direct.
So I saw that. That's the game you're talking about? I mean, I think the problem is, isn't that place like always packed? I haven't been there yet, but like I've heard it's like really packed there. So I'm just like thinking I would love to play that game and get Rambi out and like whatever. Mm-hmm. It's kind of cute. And Donkey Kong looks awesome. Like the
costume Donkey Kong walking around.
So cool. And the food looks really fun.
Did you see that sundae? It probably is 5,000 calories.
I saw the hot dog, another 10,000 calories.
I just want the mug that the sundae comes in.
Yeah. I mean, I just hope that I've seen videos. It just seems absolutely wild.
You're talking about the Los Angeles one.
I guess. I don't know which one I'm just thinking. I'm seeing like, this is a packed thing. I would love to play these games, but it just feels like this is where I go for 20 minutes about two Americas. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I will.
But this isn't even America. This is Universal Studios Japan.
I mean, from a class system, from a class perspective, you wish that more people would be able to enjoy these things, and I think maybe it's a little difficult for people to do that. So I wouldn't call it a game. That's all I'm saying. It's a game, yes. But it's a game for the people who happen to be in one place. That's true. Fair enough.
You have not been there. You get there. The first thing you do is you get this wristband. Why? Because your entire time at Super Nintendo World is gamified. You get points. Yeah. There's a leaderboard. All of this stuff is a game. I'm sorry. It's a game. It may not be a video game, but for the love of God, Nintendo is acknowledging their best IP. Finally.
You think? Do you say Donkey Kong is their best IP?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Donkey Kong's better than Mario. There.
Donkey Kong is very good.
That's wild. Yeah, you know what? We did just come from a game where you are now absolutely in a rebuild year because of takes like this. Donkey Kong
better.
You just got me out of my seat.
Donkey Kong is better than Mario. That's
impossible. Huh?
Oh my goodness.
No. What? Donkey Kong's not even
Mario.
Top 3.
You don't even get that jump man without Donkey Kong.
Well, that's different. I mean, then Space War is the best game ever, and
just saying. All I'm saying is the 40th anniversary of Donkey Kong this year, and Nintendo is so fucking weird with their anniversaries. Sometimes it's the biggest thing on earth, and we get a new game and a game as a service and a movie. Other times we get nothing, but at least they said the word Donkey Kong this year.
Fair enough. No, I like Donkey Kong very much. I am one of the few who 100% in Donkey Kong 64, much to everybody freaking out that like, how the hell did he do that?
You would love this place. There's literally Kong letters strewn across. You have to go collect the Kong letters, man.
I would love this place.
Did you see the treehouse?
The access to a place like that and enjoying all those things, I think that is a gilded thing. That is, I would very much appreciate the ability to go there and take my family there and all that.
No.
It should be a lot of fun.
It's coming to Florida. It's not even going to be I haven't been to any of these either, but the from what I understand, Universal Studios Hollywood, if they were to add this, they would have to bulldoze sound stages. They're out of space in Hollywood. So to your point, Super Nintendo World in Hollywood is kind of ass. The one that's good is in Florida, which is also kind of ass because it's Florida. So this one is in Osaka. Was it Osaka? Yeah. And I'm just saying, like,
time to head to Osaka for a bit.
Yeah, for 4 years. But if it's like what thing worth doing isn't crowded? It's like, I don't want to go to the football game. There's 100,000 people there.
No,
It's
no,
like, yeah.
yes, I get it. I just hope that, like they sort out the easy answer was I hope they sort out the line issues, the crowd issues that they have, because it sounds like people are, staying in line 5 hours for one chance at the Mario Kart, 60-second experience, and that sucks. And that sucks. Like,
but it
from a
sucks at
consumer,
Disney World too.
It does.
Like,
No. The Star Wars Millennium Falcon ride and all that stuff, you got to spend 4 hours. That sucks. How about, there's no easy solution, to
no, I think like they would much rather see those lines than not.
Well, for sure. Yeah. They want asses in the park and
in lines.
Somehow in lines buying $20 hot dogs or whatever. And it'll still be a lot of fun, but
and there's things to do there that aren't the ride.
I'm not worried about the park. The park looks very cool. The expansion looks very cool.
But the actual details of the tree house, the mountain of bananas, the
does
drums.
Not make Donkey Kong better than Mario. I will just say that. Okay, we can move on. Donkey Kong better than Mario. Donkey Kong older than Mario.
Best fine. IP. I'm just
Donkey
saying.
Kong hairier than Mario.
Do you not remember when Donkey Kong ruled the world, John? Do you not remember?
The hot dog looks good, guys. The hot
dog looks fantastic. Does not make him better than Mario. Zelda.
Oh, yeah.
I'll even say Metroid. And I love Metroid, but I know that Metroid's not beloved, right? But friggin'
there's no Metroid rap.
That's true.
There's no that's okay, you got me. There's no Samus shuffle. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, no one's out here scratching records and rapping about Metroid.
All right. I'm done.
And when Mario finally gets his motion picture debut, who do they call as his co-host? Or his co-star?
Eventually Donkey Kong, yeah, that's true.
And they established the Mario Kart Donkey Kong Industrial Complex, so like I want to see where that goes from here too. But yeah. And the Great Kong Army. Come on. Anyway, I knew I was going to drive you nuts when I said that, but
I'm a big Donkey Kong fan. I just
think like you go back to the 80s before Metacritic.
Sure. Oh God.
Donkey Kong, man. Donkey Kong was kind of everywhere. Like kind of everywhere.
No, Donkey Kong is very impactful. If you're saying one of the most impactful,
I think one of their most important IP. Like, I think more important than Samus, more important than a lot of games. Like, he's in Mario Kart. He's one of the first.
Importance, yes, I will give.
He's one of the first 8 in Smash. Like he should be everywhere. And I just we're coming off this generation of the greatest. I would say maybe the greatest Nintendo hardware system ever shipped. And all we got, and I'm not saying this is a bad game. I'm saying all we got was Tropical Freeze ported over. And it's like, come on. Where is it?
You don't count Mario versus Donkey Kong?
It's a port.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fine, but it's a port, and it's yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, Donkey Kong being like the best IP that Nintendo's produced. I guess just what does best mean? Most influential or most important?
I just think it's the one where, like, when we don't get a new Ice Climbers, I'm not like, damn it, I'm gonna go to the streets and complain. But like, it's been 8 years and we don't have a first-party Donkey Kong game on this system. That seems like a miss. And take the Odyssey team and just let them make a new 3D Donkey Kong game. That's all I'm saying. Or take the people who made Kirby in the Forgotten Land and give us a 3D platform.
I would love that. I would love that.
That's all I'm saying.
I would easily trade in Kirby, more, some Kirby for more Donkey Kong. Exactly. There's a ratio there for sure.
And like, if you just look at Nintendo's history of releases, like Kirby's getting way more love than Donkey Kong, like way more. And it seems kind of silly. Like Donkey Kong is one of the most recognizable video game characters. Is all I'm saying.
It's the plushie, it's the collectibles, isn't it, for Kirby?
Yeah.
Is that why Kirby the hell out of him?
I think so. And he's just cute and fun, and I think they love him. I don't know. Like I don't know why Kirby is so beloved in Japan, but he really is.
Guys, can we do the four of us a trip to Osaka and we'll film it for the pod?
Ooh.
How about that?
Yeah.
That's a business expense. Joe.
Yeah.
I'll check
Joe,
the
remember
budget.
when you did the cake thing?
Yeah. It should be just as easy as getting me an F-Zero cake. Getting all 4 of us to Japan. Should be just as easy, Joe. Just call Costco.
Lucas, was your first episode the cake episode?
I believe so, yeah.
His first episode was me. Yeah, when I announced that it was the day that I had won the race. That was Lucas's last episode, first episode. Anyway, I'm really excited about Donkey Kong Country. I'm not going to go to California to try it out, and I'm probably not going to Florida to try it out. And you're SOL if you live in Europe. But to your point, John, like, yeah, we want more people to be able to experience this stuff. But
yeah,
I think Nintendo has a high quality problem in that respect.
That's fair enough. Osaka, are you going to Osaka, you think?
Yeah. I fucking love Osaka. I would love to go to
the park, like when
yeah. I want to go over there because, like, you could do the park, you could do the museum in Kyoto. There's a Nintendo hotel in Kyoto that you could stay in.
Podcast, the four of us, yeah.
There's all that.
Don't remember, please don't make it happen.
That's not
I don't know. Maybe next year around the inauguration would be a good time to play.
Okay, I'm going back on mute.
So yeah, there's other news, but I just wanted to focus on that because I don't know. I thought it was a lovely direct. Whenever Miyamoto gets to host a direct these days, it's usually a special thing. Like it's no longer, and now here's a trailer for a game. No, it's always like he's deeply involved in the production of these things. It's cool to see that universal Nintendo relationship really seems to be strengthening with the parks and obviously the next Mario movie coming out and the obvious pivot to a Donkey Kong animated series, right?
Sure.
Oh yeah, just one real quick prediction. Nintendo will release a video app for their own video content within the next 2 years, just like they did with Nintendo Music.
Wow.
Yep.
And that won't have any credits in it either. No,
dude, it won't. But honestly, Apple Music does the same thing. So it's like, really? I think people are quick to give Nintendo shit about that, but it's a problem across most music players.
Good prediction. I could see that for sure.
And like, you know, they have the Nintendo Pictures stuff. Like they have obviously the Mario movie, but like if they start doing those like Pikmin style shorts again, John, like they're gonna need a home for it. I think Nintendo, I don't know, Video or Nintendo Flicks. I don't know what the hell they call it.
It would be nice if they let it loose a little bit. Plus all that music, all those concerts that they do, I think they upload a lot of that. Maybe at the Nintendo Japan YouTube channel.
No, yeah, the Zelda concert is like every Nintendo geography uploaded it to their YouTube. So yeah, it just depends.
And there's Splatoon. I know that's like always big with music. And anyway, that would be cool.
And by the way, you can listen to Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 2 soundtrack on Nintendo Music now.
One of the best.
Really good bangers. I'm telling you, I actually, before we move on, let me just list off some of these songs. If you don't have them bookmarked already, by all means, just follow my bookmarks. Token Tango, bonus level music. I'm just doing the Donkey Kong Country stuff. Forest Interlude from Diddy's Conquest, the Bonus Room Blitz from DKC 1, and Island Swing. All excellent songs. I love that you can like browse by character on that app. So if you just like Donkey Kong, you can click on the Donkey Kong and you'll hear Donkey Kong music from Kart or from whatever. It's just cool. Warcraft, was it the 30th anniversary? Was that what we had yesterday? Yeah. It's gotten to the point where the Mists of Pandaria are now being added to Warcraft Classic, and I feel very old just saying that sentence. So that's coming next year. We've finally gotten all the way back to pandas, you guys.
Wow.
Warcraft Rumble, the mobile game, is coming to PC with a December beta coming. World of Warcraft teased a midnight expansion that features player housing. Hearthstone is getting a crossover with StarCraft, finally. Heroes of StarCraft is going to be a mini set coming in January. I don't think you included it here. Warcraft 1 and 2 are being remastered, and they're selling 1, 2, and 3 together in something called like a war chest or something, or treasure chest.
I missed that, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually the biggest news for me is Warcraft 2 is my favorite RTS of all time. Not because it's the most complicated, has the best systems or anything. I just had fun playing it. And I enjoy the way the orcs talk in it. We're under attack and all that stuff. But yeah. Yeah, so Warcraft 3 Reforged got a patch, and 1 and 2 are getting remasters, and they're all out. It's called the Battled Chest, the Warcraft Remastered Battled Chest.
That's what they used to call the StarCraft package back 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Throwback.
And then, a little bit of sad news. Tony Todd passed away. Obviously, the actor who played Candyman, but also was the voice actor of Venom in the most recent Spider-Man game for PlayStation, Spider-Man 2. Marvel's Spider-Man 2. He did an excellent job in that role. I love Tony Todd. He's a great actor. He passed away at the age of 69, which normally would be nice, but no, not nice. And his career, he'd been in 240 movies and TV shows, and he's been a voice actor in multiple video games. Yeah. Rest in peace to Tony Todd. And before we go, here we got a little Industruza, which is Industry News Palooza, brought to you by Shacknooza. That's also trademarked by Joe. Oh, man.
You can skip it if you want.
I'll save that last one. I'll save that for last. NVIDIA announces a new app called NVIDIA App that's replacing the GeForce experience, but they also announced a monthly 100-hour playing limit for GeForce Now, their cloud service. So I don't know does that mean that they were losing money on it, or I don't know. But yeah, the NVIDIA app is out there if you have a PC and you want to update.
That's a lot of time, right?
Yeah, 100 hours a month is more time than I have to play cloud games. But yeah, it doesn't seem too stringent, but it seems like, they said that the new limit accommodates 94% of their player base. So there's 6% of their users that are playing too many video games, basically.
Wow.
But maybe they're young and they have all the time in the world. I'm not going to hate on you if you're just playing video games all day. I salute you, honestly. And we salute the Bethesda union. They've gone on strike, filing an unfair labor complaint against ZeniMax. These are employees at the Maryland and Texas offices. Are holding, I don't know if they've held it yet, a one-day strike. Microsoft has enough money to pay them whatever they want, so I stand with them. And Phil Spencer needs to shut his mouth about doing more acquisitions. He said that. He actually said those words, that they're open to doing more acquisitions. And I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? Like, how about you finish the first 5 that you just did? How about you actually do something good with one of them before you're like, we're out here to ruin more video game IP? It's like, no, dude, stop. And speaking of idiots, Donald Trump announces the Department of Government Efficiency causing the Dogecoin cryptocurrency, which is not related at all, to go up 20% on that news. Doge is up something like 150% since the presidential election. And Elon Musk and that guy Vivek are going to run it. So I think it's kind of funny that this great new efficiency program has 2 leaders. That seems like it's almost too on the nose. Anyway, Elon Musk and Vivek, shame on him, Ramaswamy. I'm just going to say it. I'm taking that guy's brown guy card away. I can do that. As a brown guy, I'm taking his card away. He's no longer a brown guy. But anyway, this is the dumbest story I've seen all week. Expect more stupid stories like that for the next 4 years. That'll do it. We did it. Yeah. My God. I did okay there.
You did great.
This is a very long episode, so shout out to Joe for editing this. We do have a few community notes. We got questions and comments from the Shack News community, which you can join by heading over to shacknews.com/chatty, or by emailing us at, I don't know, I'll throw out my email, asif.khan@shacknews.com. If you can spell my name, you can email me, and I might even see it. As we mentioned it already, the Shack Together user on YouTube said, love the podcast, and RMS Squires replied, is that a directive? And then, also in the Hasmamu corner, he said that Asif finally made a buzzer beater and Hail Mary combo for a win. Referring to how I won last week's. I didn't actually win last week's game. I hit a half-court shot, buzzer beater, Hail Mary to tie. It was a 3-way tie. But
right.
I do appreciate the love for my buzzer beater. Because it was one of those games where you could just guess a game. So I kind of pulled out Animal Crossing New Leaf at the last second and somehow won.
Oh, you know what, Asif? John Brother doesn't know. Last week we played 19Q Magoo.
That's right. We brought back your old friend from.
I am a fan of 19Q Magoo. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I hit a buzzer beater at the very end of the game to lead to a 3-way. It led to a 3-way tie.
Oh god! Great.
Yeah, it was solid.
Tiebreaker. We got to do the tiebreaker. next
Yeah,
time.
we'll have to get TJ on again. TJ was on back-to-back weeks, so we needed to give TJ a break.
Sure.
But yeah, that's it. That's going to do it for today's show. Subscribe on your podcast app of choice or watch us on YouTube with the guy who took the Shack Together username. And tune in every Friday for more Shack Together. I will embed this in the evening reading article that goes up on Thursday night. And then, there'll be an article that goes live on Friday. And if you made it this far into the podcast, you probably like what we're doing over here. So give us a rating, a review, a thumbs up. Let other people know about the podcast. Vote for Shack Together at your local polling stations. And yeah, that's it. We did it. Lucas, thanks for joining us again, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's always good to have you here in the Shack News Extended Podcast universe, or the CPOO. Are they still calling it the CPOO, Joe, on the ticker?
No, it's just spitting out. It's broken. It's just spitting out paper, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, it's the Blue Sky integration is really messing with
That's what it does, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Did Doug Bowser have anything to say about today's episode?
Hang on. I can barely make out the characters, but it is on the ticker. Doug Bowser says, "Hey, Asif." He spelled it wrong.
Ah, that guy. He's probably on Android.
Probably.
Anyway, I'll do it. Thanks for listening, everybody. This is where we wave at the camera that's not on and say, "I'll never forget you." Bye-bye.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Lucas.
Yep.
Bye. Thanks.
Later.
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye-bye.
Shack Together is a Shack News production.
Shack Together is a Shack News production.
Shack Together is a Shack News production.
Shack News is a multimedia company consisting of a variety of entertainment properties, including ShackNews.com, video game and cutting-edge technology coverage with evergreen video, guide, and long-read content, providing readers and viewers with the latest reviews, previews, interviews, and news. Shack News content is readable and viewable at ShackNews.com, Facebook, YouTube at Shack News Interviews, and Shack News VODs, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at Shack News Media, Twitch, and more. But that's not all. You can play Bubbletron, our first video game. Combine 3 ideas, hit the market, and get your money hat. Bubbletron is a daily game in the style of Wordle, where players can launch a company and see its valuation instantly. Hit that high score and brag to your friends. Visit Bubbletron.com to play. There is no download required, no signups required. But if you are into app downloads, we have the cutest one on the planet. It's called Shack Pets, the ultimate battle for cuteness. Swipe your pets to victory on iOS and Android in this Tinder-like app for pets. Shack News is proud to present a variety of micro products, all available for free at ShackNews.com. Cortex is a publishing platform available to all of our users. Shouts is a Twitter replacement in a time where Twitter really needs replacing. And Reader, an RSS reader that won't get shut down by Google anytime soon. You can import YouTube, subreddits, all sorts of cool stuff, even podcast feed. And lastly, all of our products are completely free to use and play, so if you're a fan of what we're doing and want to support the Shack News ecosystem, head over to shacknews.com/Mercury. Mercury offers subscribers access to exclusive Shack News swag like hoodies and VIP access to our long reads in downloadable format. It's a great way to support us. There's different tiers, and you get a lightning bolt next to your name.